Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Khalil the Hollywood Sports Board YouTube channel and Facebook page. Lots to discuss, lots to get down to. I'm gonna talk about the Kareem Hunt incident and TMZ. They did show the incident with Kareem Hunt. That is just this afternoon. That is at 2:30. I'll get more to that. I'm gonna talk about the Cowboys defeating the Saints. That should never happen. Lakers beating the Pacers and the Raptors defeating the Warriors, and a lot more details on the way. So I'm gonna get to it right now, though. I'm gonna start things off with the disturbing footage that was released on TMZ this afternoon, involving the incident that happened back in February of this past year with Kareem Hunt. Now, back in February 10th of 2018, that is at the Metropolitan at the 9. Kareem Hunt. Well, he does have an apartment at the Metropolitan, that is at the 9. He has an apartment there. What happened was that Kareem Hunt got into an argument with a 19-year-old woman by the name, 19-year-old woman, but who attends Kent State, who goes by the name of Abigail Ottinger. That's the 19-year-old individual. So basically, Abigail Ottinger confronts, simply confronts Kareem Hunt, the Chief star, that is. Abigail Ottinger calls Kareem Hunt the N-word, which shouldn't be used nor televised. And she says, F you to F you, then the N-word. And then Kareem Hunt all of a sudden pushes Abigail Ottinger, and Kareem Hunt had to be restrained, and Abigail Ottinger had also had to be restrained as well. And quite frankly, Kareem Hunt's friends sort of got in there and tried to restrain him. Abigail Ottinger punched one of Kareem Hunt's female friends, and so Kareem Hunt, that is, trying to be restrained. But basically, Abigail Ottinger called Kareem Hunt and his friend and one of his friends by the name of Rayshawn Watkins the N-word, and that's when things got a little out of control. So basically, this happened back in February 10th of 2018, this past year. I'll tell you that right now. So if you see the TMZ, the video that was released on TMZ of the Kareem Hunt incident that happened back in February, you'll see that Abigail Ottinger called Kareem Hunt and his friend the N-word. So basically, Kareem Hunt pushed and shoved Abigail Ottinger, and basically Kareem Hunt had to be restrained, and so did Abigail Ottinger. Abigail Ottinger allegedly punched one of Kareem Hunt's female friends. That's where things got a little escalated, that is. So basically, Kareem Hunt, Kareem Hunt, that is, pretty much had to be restrained by some of his friends and some of the female individuals that were in there, though. So Kareem Hunt, well, the women, the Abigail Ottinger and the other individual and her friend were told to simply leave the apartment, that is. And so the gentleman that was in there The dude that was in there trying to give her $20. That is. Now Abigail Ottinger couldn't afford an Uber ride, trying to get a ride back to Kent State, and tried to, and at least tried to get a ride back home. Unfortunately, Abigail Ottinger and her friend waited for 30 minutes. That is, and apparently, it seems that she was banging on the door, and basically things got a little out of control. So basically, Kareem Hunt shoved her after Abigail Ottinger called him the N word for no apparent reason, and so basically Abigail Ottinger was called well, not just Kareem Hunt, his friend, that is, the N word, which shouldn't be used already though. So I think it's quite obvious in this case. Now the Kareem Hunt had to be restrained. He had to be restrained for sure by his friends, and basically Abigail Ottinger sort of got in there, came back. Kareem Hunt, what he could have done, just walked away. And so basically, what Kareem Hunt did was simply just shove, push and shove his. I think the dude that in there and Abigail Ottinger to a wall. They're both unconscious. What Kareem Hunt could have done, he could have just walked away for sure. And what does Kareem Hunt do? He kicks Abigail Ottinger in the leg, in the, like the right or left leg, that is. Now, Abigail Ottinger, she shared her side of the story. She simply says that Kareem Hunt abused her, nor physically assaulted her. That is. So quite frankly, in this case, Kareem Hunt was not arrested nor charged during this incident. I can tell you that right now. So I think it's safe to say, well, now Kareem Hunt, he was questioned by the police. That is, they did not have him arrested, nor charged, nor sent to prison. That is, I'll tell you that right now. And basically, Abigail Ottinger, who was the victim that was being abused, that is, she shared her side of the story. Now she says that Kareem Hunt, that is, grabbed her phone, that is, and simply says that Kareem Hunt assaulted her for no apparent reason, and basically shared her side of the story. And then basically the cops questioned Cleveland police. They also questioned. They also questioned Kareem Hunt's friends. That is, Rayshawn Watkins and the other friend, that is. And basically, he simply says what Kareem Hunt's friends said, that Abigail Ottinger called Kareem Hunt and him the N word, and used the other kind of racial slurs which shouldn't be used on national TV or at all. That is, F you. Then the N word came out, and all of a sudden they share this side of the story. Nobody was charged, no arrested during this Kareem Hunt incident. Now, but this happened back in February. That is, Kareem Hunt was not arrested, no charge. He was not fined nor suspended through this incident. That is, I can tell you that right now. So quite frankly, it does seem, now if you read the police report, that is, it simply it simply states, if you see it on TMZ Sports, you'll see how it all went down. But I can tell you this right now, that Kareem Hunt should have been released a whole lot sooner rather than later. But I will tell you this right now, Kareem Hunt was removed from practice. He had to be sent home, moved from practice, but he is as of right now on the commissioner's exempt list, which means that he cannot practice, he cannot play, and he can't attend games at all. He is on paid leave as we all know it though for sure. But it does seem obvious though in this case that Kareem Hunt's career is going to be far from is officially over. And I will say this right now that Kareem Hunt should have been arrested. He should have been charged. He should have been sent to prison, and he should have been released a whole lot sooner rather than later. So I really don't. I really don't understand this. This sort of similar. This sort of almost relates to when Ezekiel Elliott that is got into a domestic abuse incident back in 2016. He wasn't charged, or like the time that Ray Rice wasn't necessarily. Well, he did commit domestic abuse toward his girlfriend and his wife. That is, if you remember how that went down. So I really don't understand why the Chiefs did not release Kareem Hunt a whole lot sooner. Why? I mean, were the Chiefs even aware of this incident? And quite frankly, Kareem Hunt should have been released. And there's another incident that involved him punching a man at some resort in Ohio, that is. So quite frankly, I think it's safe to say that Kareem Hunt should not only be released by the Chiefs, he should also be banned. Now he was not arrested, nor charged, nor fined during this incident that happened back in February. But I think so the question I have for each and every one of you is, should this Kareem Hunt a whole lot sooner rather than later? Why was he not arrested? Why was he not in jail? Why was he not? So exactly? The question is, there's going to be a lot of questions about this, and the question is exactly, who is to blame in this scenario? Is it Abigail Ottinger that called Kareem Hunt the N-word and his friends the N-word? Or the Kareem Hunt pushed Abigail Ottinger, that is, and all of a sudden Abigail Ottinger was on the ground, that is, and he kicks her. Kareem Hunt, that is, just kicks her for no apparent reason. So really, I don't get why Kareem Hunt wasn't even arrested. He wasn't even fined. He wasn't charged. He wasn't suspended, and he wasn't even released. I mean, the Chiefs they had to know something. Why couldn't the Chiefs have him released? Why couldn't the Chiefs have him fined or suspended? They didn't do this back in February during this Kareem Hunt incident. That back in Cleveland, that happened in Cleveland, that is. I don't see where this is going. I do know that I already told you that he's on the commissioner's exempt list as of right now. He's on paid leave. So basically, where do the Chiefs even go from here? When does the buck stop? Because domestic abuse, ladies and gentlemen, is a zero tolerance policy, and this is something that no woman just can't tolerate. They can't live with this. They can't. Now you got Kareem Hunt in there. Now come on, this is almost like the comments that Doug Williams made, saying that Ruben Foster's domestic abuse incident was nothing but small potatoes and nitpicking. My goodness. Skins, they should have never claimed Ruben Foster. He has been arrested 3 times. Come on, for marijuana possession, weapons charge, domestic abuse, and the fact that Alyssa Ennis, Ruben Foster's girlfriend, lied about the case. Those cases, that case, those charges were dropped back in May. And then Ruben Foster is claimed by the Skins for no reason. And then Doug Williams who's the Skins VP, calls that calls the case small potatoes and nitpicking. My goodness. Do you have any idea what women are going through as of right now? This is something they're not going to tolerate. They want to look, and basically the case of Kareem Hunt, that is, this isn't going to dissolve. And apparently, Kareem Hunt, he needs to look. Listen, guys. Sometimes they get a lot out of control. And who is to blame in this scenario? It's the Kareem Hunt pushing and shoving a woman that is, well, by the name of Abigail Ottington. Yeah, Abigail Ottinger, that is. Or is it Abigail Ottinger that just called him the N word? Who is to blame in this scenario? And why didn't the Chiefs have him released? Why didn't the Chiefs just have him released sooner rather than later? I don't get that. He wasn't even arrested. He wasn't charged for this incident. He wasn't arrested nor charged despite the other incident that involved him punching a man for no apparent reason. And there was some incident afterwards where he got all heated up and confronted some individual. I'm not. I just don't know. So quite frankly, as of right now, the best option that the NFL is gonna have to do, the Chiefs. Well, the first thing first, the Chiefs. They're gonna have to release. Well, now that Kareem Hunt, that is, he's on paid leave. He's on the commissioner's exempt list. We all know that he can't attend any games. He can't be at practice. He can't play any games. He's not going to be playing against the Raiders this Sunday. I can tell you that. What the NFL is going to have to do, ladies and gentlemen, the NFL, the Chiefs, they're going to have him released as of this week. Not only that, the NFL is going to consider banning Kareem Hunt, and despite the incident that happened back in February, which involved him getting some heated confrontation with a 19-year-old woman, Abigail Ottinger, and quite frankly, it just seems that there's got to be legal action. Something's got to be done about this. Something's got to be done. There are going to be unanswered questions about this, and it's obvious that at some point the Chiefs should have taken responsibility by having Kareem Hunt released, and the NFL could have had a ban a whole lot sooner. They never did this. They never did that. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of them right now. I really am. I don't understand why the Chiefs didn't do their part. I don't see, like, when is this gonna end? Look, Reuben Foster, he should have been released. He should have been released. Well, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Skins should have reconsidered releasing him. I know the 49ers, they did release him, though, after last week's arrest of another domestic abuse scandal, another domestic abuse incident that involved him with the same woman in Tampa that's by the name of Melissa Ennis, who lied to police, who simply lied about the case, and the charges were dropped by that time. So really, that's what relates to that. But I don't understand why Kareem Hunt wasn't even charged, wasn't fined, wasn't suspended, wasn't even arrested for this precarious incident that happened back in February of 2018. I don't see. Like, are you kidding me? Cleveland police should have had him arrested, and they never did that. Kareem Hunt shared his side of the story. Abigail Ottinger shared her side of the story as well, and she was the individual that was assaulted by Kareem Hunt. Now, Kareem Hunt's friends that is chime in. They simply said that Abigail Ottinger called them the N word and used other racial slurs which shouldn't be used or televised by any means necessary. But I can tell you this right now that the NFL and the Chiefs they should have had Kareem Hunt released long time ago. They didn't do it. They did not do that part. So what I'm telling you right now, since Kareem Hunt is on the commissioner's exempt list, I'm telling you right now that Kareem Hunt should have been released. So the question that I have for each and every one of you is, should the Chiefs have released Kareem Hunt a whole lot sooner rather than later? Should the NFL reconsider banning that is? What's that? So really, and that's something important here. So really, should the NFL have reconsidered banning banning Kareem Hunt sooner, or should he have been arrested? Because I don't understand why they didn't do this sooner. I don't get it. And no one was even arrested at the scene. Are you kidding me? Something's got to be done about this. I'm sorry. This is completely unacceptable. This behavior is absolutely unacceptable. And domestic abuse is the zero tolerance policy in all the sports industries. I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't see what went wrong here. Now, basically, Abigail Ottinger was simply told, and her friend that is, to leave the apartment because the fact that she couldn't hook up that she couldn't hook up with one of Kareem Hunt's friends that is, and so basically now Hunt's friends they told police the woman used the N word and struck another woman, told her to leave. But Kareem Hunt wasn't even punished, wasn't disciplined, wasn't arrested by the NFL. Now Kareem Hunt was indeed. I told you though, Kareem Hunt was sent home for sure. Now he's on the commissioner's exempt list, which means that he's not gonna be playing soon. Now it's not gonna be on Sunday against the Raiders for sure. I'll tell you that right now. So really, Abigail Ottinger said she was too drunk to drive, and and she's trying to figure out how to get home. Now Abigail and cuts on her knee, hand, and chest. She allegedly punched one of Kareem's female friends in the face, trying to maintain the situation. Now Kareem Hunt, after this incident with the 19 woman that is Abigail Ottinger, he got another incident afterwards. He got a little angry, and I just don't understand what went wrong though. The question is, who's to blame in this scenario? Should Chiefs have reconsidered releasing Kareem Hunt? Should the Chiefs have done a whole lot better though? Because the Chiefs, they should have taken action. They should have at least they're held accountable for their actions. Every football player is held accountable for their own actions, for sure. So really, when does the madness even end? I'm sorry. They didn't do their part. Kareem Hunt should have been released a whole lot sooner back in February. That didn't happen. He wasn't even arrested. He wasn't even fined. He was not suspended. But it's obvious now that he's on Commissioner's exempt list. I will tell you this right now that Kareem Hunt is indeed gonna be released by the Chiefs. They gotta do it, and the NFL is going to reconsider banning him for life, for good. Because I don't think any of the teams do want, despite the incident that happened back in February this past year with him getting into some physical altercation, with him pushing and shoving a 19-year-old woman by the name of Abigail Ottinger, that is, and you gotta wonder, what lies ahead of him. What I mean, where did the Chiefs go from here? So you got to figure out exactly. I know it's gonna be. I know there will be repercussion. This, despite of him not, he should have been released. He should have been. Yes, he should have been released by the Chiefs. He should have been arrested. He should have been banned by the NFL. He should have been. Yeah, this would have been sooner, and it never happened. I don't see where we're wrong, but I will tell you this right now that he should have been cut. He should have been cut by the Chiefs, and that didn't happen either, though. So I'll tell you that. And he wasn't even fined either. I'm ashamed of the fact that the Chiefs didn't do their part by not releasing Kareem Hunt by the incident that happened back in February this past year, with him getting to some 19-year-old out of Kent State named Abigail Ottinger. I don't see wrong at a at Kareem Hunt's got an apartment at the Metropolitan at the Q, that is, or excuse me, at the 9. So I just don't understand, like, why the Chiefs haven't had him released, why Kareem Hunt wasn't arrested, why he was not charged, why was he not given a court date? And this is disturbing. You can check out the entire incident on YouTube or also on TMZ if you want to. That is, please let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what your comments, your reaction, your thoughts about this incident was. Let me tell me if you think that Kareem Hunt should have been released sooner. I'll be more than happy to respond to your answers, to your comments, and to your based from the incident which you saw, just TMZ. TMZ just months, just, you know back in February, that is. This is not a recent incident. This happened back in February, though. So Kareem Hunt should be ashamed of himself. He should have never done this. I mean, Kareem Hunt just would have walked away for sure. That never happened. They said he just goes up there, he's just losing control, and just kicks the woman while she was down on the ground. That's Abigail Ottinger, who's a Kent State student, that is. So, folks, please don't try to homeschool anywhere, and please consider the following. Please don't do something you're going to regret for the rest of your life, because this is going to cost you trouble. And Kareem Hunt for himself. So, Kareem Hunt, I'm sorry, but your career has ended. And the next option that the NFL is going to do, they will have to release the Chiefs. They're going to release you, and no other teams, they're not going to want you. They really won't. And obviously, maybe the teammates weren't necessarily aware of this for sure. I'll tell you that right now. But it does seem obvious at this point that the Chiefs were not taking full responsibility despite this incident. Didn't have released and they never did it. I'm ashamed. I really am. So now that Kareem Hunt's on the exempt list right now, next option, released from the released from the Chiefs, and banned from the NFL. So that's how it's going to be right there. That's how it's going to be. So there you have it right there. Now I want to move on to another. I'm going to move on to another point. I do want to point on is the fact that last night's game, that involved the Cowboys defeating the Saints. Look, Saints. I thought the Saints We're going to dominate the Cowboys. Unfortunately, didn't happen. I'm sending Drew Brees and the Saints based on the points. They only had 10 points in the game. Just 10 points. I'm really just, come on. I hope the Cowboys don't make it to the playoffs. I hope the Cowboys don't make it to the playoffs. I hope they do not win the NFC East. I hope that they do not. I hope they don't go all the way. They're not going to be Super Bowl champions. They're not going anywhere. They're not. They're maybe 10-5 for now, but they're going to get a loss ahead of them. The Cowboys defense may have stepped up last night, and I'm gonna discuss the fact that Drew Brees just didn't step up. I'm ashamed. So really, at this point, how the Saints going to recover? I mean, they're 10-2. They're still going to the playoffs. The question that I have for Fincher will use: did this cause Drew Brees to be the MVP once again? Let me know in your comment section. Be sure to send me your comments, your tweets, your reactions, your thoughts about this, and I'll be more than happy to address it along the way. So I'll keep you going. That's right there. Moving on to another topic, I do want to point out the fact that the Raptors, they had just beaten the Warriors. I mean, seriously. Like, Kawhi Leonard, he did pretty good. And it does seem obvious, at this point, that the Raptors, they got to be dual threat. Well, the Raptors right now, they're maybe dual threat in the NBA Finals. I mean, they might go to the NBA Finals, but it won't be that easy for them, though. Last night's matchup was nothing more but an NBA Finals matchup right there. But really, Kawhi Leonard saying that many points, it's unreal. And Durant's getting blocked by Kawhi Leonard. And the defense just really stepped up. So that's pretty good right there. I will tell you that right now. So, I'm in good mood that pretty much the Raptors stepped up their game and they put a big on those Warriors. I'm real impressed about that. What I'm also impressed was the fact that the Lakers, they just put a big on the Pacers. So I'm good about that. And Lakers, they can still go to the Western Conference playoffs and Western Conference Finals if necessary. That is. So I look forward to that. I really do. So I just hope that they don't get eliminated or get wiped out. So they got to avoid that and not be under pressure. So that's something many of you guys are going to wonder for sure. I'll take well. Now, moving on to the topic I do want to point on is the fact that the fact that John Cena, he's named the Sports Humanitarian. He's in this. You'll see him in the Sports Humanitarian Award, Sports Illustrated Awards. He just got. You'll see him in the Sports Illustrated's. Muhammad Ali, he's one of the recipients. John Cena, that 6-time world champion. He's the one of the recipients in the Sports Person of the Year awards. As you'll see, John, he is earned the Sports Illustrated's. He's one of the recipients that has turned the Muhammad Ali Legacy Award. You can see the Sports Person of the Year awards come December 13th, 9 p.m. at Eastern Time, that is. So you gotta figure out exactly whether or not if Tessa Blanchard is gonna lose the title at Homecoming, that is next month, to Taya Valkyrie. Looking forward to that, by the way. It's gonna be a pretty good match. So I just hope something's gonna be done, and hopefully something will be done next couple weeks or so. I'm looking forward to it a whole lot more. So it's getting pretty good and interesting to see different viewpoint where they are. And I'm just satisfied that like I'm really satisfied that the topic I'm doing point is that the Lakers, they got a big win already. They're playing pretty good right now. So Lakers, they can't be stopped right now. They can't. So I'm looking forward to that. I really am. I just hope something's gonna be done about it, and people try to not intervene on this. Who knows? Now moving on to the topic, I do want to point to the fact that Doug Williams' comments about the monster's domestic abuse was some like nitpicking and something I think about go that Cowboys should have been wiped out last night. Saints would have beaten those Ryan Cowboys, but Cowboys struck back. I don't know how they did it. The Cowboys offense was stepping up. Defense. This is the point that I can also be well, Drew Brees, that is, he'll come back. He'll come back. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I just hope that the Saints don't cause any turnovers in the NFC playoffs. Cause I'll be so upset they do. I really will be upset. Hope something's gonna be done, and hope it comes a different result. You try to at least figure out exactly what's gonna be. So be sure, ladies and gentlemen, you like subscribe to the Khalil Halibut Sports Board, both YouTube channel, Facebook page. Please share your image, comments, Twitter reactions down below. So don't let everybody. For what lasted, it's gotta go over there. It's gotta go. Tell you that. So Ruben Foster should have been released sooner. They never did that. Banned from the NFL. They never did that. Same fate we had to go to Kareem Hunt, who was caught on TMZ Sports, smacking, shoving, pushing the 19-year-old woman. Let's see what. For that result, so home's gonna be done. Have to deal with this couple weeks if necessary. So it's gonna be fun. Must see, must watch. Anticipate to see it for myself. So it's just awful to see. Don't know to blame. Don't know started. You look at the video. There's a little bit of dispute going on. Real sad right now. Houston do the part. Mm-hmm. was satisfied, and got to know where they're at, and I'm just looking forward to seeing how things are going to turn out. By the way, how things are going to shape up. You didn't know what's going to happen right there. I just hope these NFL players learn the lesson, not give all these other incidents again. Ladies, that's going to do it for the Club Hour Sports Web on the YouTube channel Facebook page. Please sure like subscribe to the Club Hour Sports Web YouTube channel Facebook page. Some of your comments, switch your thoughts. More happy to respond on the way. Keep you on post on the way. So take care, everybody. Guys, good night, everybody. Abigail Ottinger. Right now, I will tell you this right now. He should have been released. There should have been an arrest. Matter of fact,